I'm Lucy with Rossmönster, and today I want to show you around this Sprinter 170 4x4 that we just wrapped up. Before we step inside, I'll talk about some of the exterior highlights of this vehicle. So starting on the passenger side here, all the way at the top, we have an aluminous touring style roof rack. We have a Fiamma F45 awning attached to that. Moving down from there, we have bug screens from RB Components. Moving even further down, we have an exterior outdoor happy hour table. So that's going to be in walnut to match the rest of the design features inside. And then all the way down here, we have black Rhino wheels with KO2 tires. And then we also have a luminous tread plate Nerf bars. Let's check out the front. In the front of the vehicle, we have an aluminous front bumper with brush guard. That's going to have 4 inlaid Baja Designs lights in it. So we have 2 amber, 2 clear. And then all the way up top, we have a 52-inch 300-watt LED light bar. At the rear of the vehicle here, we have an Alvans ladder and tire carrier. We also have an Alvans Expedition box, and on top of that, we have 2 one-up bike trays. All the way up top, you'll see that we have 2 4-inch LED lights that are going to shine down and illuminate the garage area for when you're loading up at night. And then lastly, back here, you can see that we have Flarespace. That's going to be on both sides. We have the half slide windows in it, so you get a little bit of extra length width-wise in the vehicle. Welcome inside. Before I go into the specific components of this build, I'll talk about some of the design highlights as well as the layout of this rig. So starting with design, all of our ceiling panels and wall panels are going to be upholstered in Duramax silver. Moving down from there, all of our cabinetry is going to feature 5-panel doors, and all of these are going to be painted in Sherwin-Williams web gray. Moving down from there, all of our countertops are butcher block, a walnut butcher block countertop. Additionally, all of our tables as well as our flip down outdoor happy hour table are also going to be walnut to tie in with that theme. We have a custom upholstered dinette here in Crest Leather, and then all the way on the floor we have a vinyl tile, and that's going to be in a marble dark beige. When it comes to layout, in the front of the vehicle we have our dinette. This flips over into a day bed. Moving over to the passenger side, we have our galley running down the length of the vehicle. Moving back from there, on the driver's side, we have our bathroom. We have a closet right next to that. And then all the way in the rear, we're going to have our fixed bed. And that's going to be over top of a garage, which is separated by this nice hard partition here. So I'm going to start in the front and we'll work our way back. In the very front of the vehicle, we have a headliner shelf up top. So that's really nice for an additional place to store things. Moving down from there, we have a soft partition from RB Components. So you can obviously close down the center aisle here and have full privacy, and also shut off any noise while you're driving down the road. But you can also open that up for a more open feel, swivel both of the captain's chairs around so that everyone can hang out. An additional nice thing that these clients chose to do was to upgrade both captain's chairs to the Scheelman Vario F seats. So they're going to have a nice ergonomically friendly seat for those longer journeys. Moving back from there, we have our dinette. As I mentioned, this is custom upholstered in Crest Leather, so it's going to be nice and easy to clean. This also flips over into a day bed. We have our walnut lagoon mount table here that can kind of swivel out of the way or just be taken off entirely when it's not in use. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what this looks like when it's flipped over and show you some of the storage underneath it. So there we have it in the flipped over position. Nice spot for a dog bed, smaller children, or you can flip one of these captain's chairs around and have a little bit longer of a sleeping area there. So if I flip that back over, we can also just take a look. There's some nice storage underneath, as well as the vents for our AquaHot hydronic heat and hot water system that we have in this vehicle. Moving back from there, we have our galley area. So as I mentioned, we have those walnut butcher block countertops. We also have a 20-inch flip-up countertop extension here, so you can kind of extend your workable space. One of my favorite things that people do is putting the C.R. Lawrence T-vent window in that sliding door so that as you're working in this galley, you have a nice view outside of that sliding door if you don't want to have it open. Moving back from there, we have a 2-burner Empava induction cooktop. Underneath that, we have a roomy drawer bank, so silverware, utensils at the top, and then some much deeper drawers as we go down for the bigger things, such as pots and pans. All of those are going to be have RV latches so that everything stays nice and secure while you're in transit. In the main area of the galley here, we have some uppers for additional storage. All of this is going to have gas struts for assisted opening and closing, and again, be fitted with RV latches as well. Underneath our countertops, we also have a Cruise 200 Isotherm fridge and freezer. So these are nice because they really increase your food stalling or food hauling capacity. You have your fridge separate from your freezer, so you can put a lot of goodies in there. And then all the way at the back of this galley, we have a Ruvati 15 by 20 workstation sink. So you have the cutting board insert, you have the strainer inside, and then underneath that, we just have a bit more storage, as well as the plumbing line to the exterior gray water tank in this vehicle. Moving over to the driver's side of the vehicle, we have our shower. So this is going to have brushed aluminum walls with a stainless steel base. This is also going to be where we store our Nature's Head composting toilet. This can obviously be removed when you want to shower, but can stay fixed as well. This is a 24 by 30 shower, so nice and roomy. We have a curtain or a rod in here so that you can use this to store hanging items when it's not in use. We also have a flip up teak shelf, so you can put shampoos and stuff on there for storage. And then we also have the self-cleaning Nautilus retractable shower door. So the great thing about these is that as you close them, they squeegee themselves. You don't have to worry about any soap scum or water coming into the vehicle. Beyond that, we have a closet. So we have another hanging rod in here, and then we also have adjustable shelves. So as they decide what they want to take on the road with them, they can move these shelves up or down to really make the most of the space that they have. Closing out this area before we go to our fixed bed, we have a hard partition with a slam latch. So that can give you access to your garage, but it can also keep everything nice and separate when you want it separate, and don't have to worry about any mud coming into the main living area of the vehicle. So all the way back here, we have a queen size mattress. We have Flarespace with custom custom trim rings on both sides, so that those are gonna be cohesive with our wall panels. We have a custom touch to mattress. We have reading lights over the bed, so those are nice because they have USB ports in them, so they're great for charging your phone at night. And we also just have a nice little shelf here to store books and phones while you're sleeping. Additionally, moving over to the driver's side, we have some more uppers. So this will be the side that they put their feet on, but just some additional storage to utilize back there. When it comes to ventilation in this vehicle, we have a few different things going on. As I mentioned, we have the two C.R. Lawrence windows in the front here, so on either side of the main living area. All the way in the rear, we have some half slides, so you can get a nice cross breeze while you're in bed. We have a max air fan over the shower and the galley of the vehicle. And then all the way in the rear here, we have a Dometic Penguin II AC unit. So that's going to keep this rig nice and cool in the summer months. And then we have our AquaHot hydronic heat and hot water system to keep this warm in the winter months. Before we exit the vehicle here, we have all of our control panels. So we have the dimmable LED overhead dome lights. We have all of the controls for our exterior lights. We have the switch for our under cab lights. We also have our Victron Bluetooth battery monitor here, so they can keep track of where their battery levels are at all times. We have the thermostat for our Dometic. We also have our AquaHot hydronic heat and hot water system thermostat, and then we have the tank monitor for that undermount gray water tank. In the rear of the vehicle here, you can see that everything is coated in black hex ply. That's going to ensure that everything back here is durable and can stand up to the gear that they end up throwing back here. We have a gear slide on 500-pound locking drawer slides here, so that can come out. You can load it up. You can also use it as an outdoor table, which is really nice. Additionally, back here, you'll see that we have an additional lighting zone so that you can load and unload at night. And then we also have an exterior shower over here on the driver's side. That will also be serviced by our AquaHot, so you can have a hot water shower outside or inside. On the driver's side here, we have our plumbing cabinet. So in here we have a 30-gallon freshwater tank. That's where AquaHot is going to be housed. And then we also have a 2-stage water filtration system in there. So all the water in here is going to be safe to drink and taste good too. Moving over to the passenger side, we have our power system. So in there you'll find 400 amp hours of lithium ion battery bank, a 3000 watt inverter, and 200 watts of solar coming in through the top.